SolidWorks Live at SolidWorks World 2019. I'm joined here in the Partner Pavilion with Tim Lawrence from BOXX Technologies. Tim, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So, we walked through the Partner Pavilion, and I think everybody who comes down this aisle sees your gorgeous mobile workstations and desktop solutions, and drool starts falling out of their mouth. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what makes BOXX unique for SolidWorks users?
Sure. BOXX has been in the business of building high-performance workstations for digital content creators for over 20 years now. And we really take the time to focus on what drives the application's performance. We actually run SolidWorks ourselves. We design all our enclosures with SolidWorks, and we've been using SolidWorks for years. So we've taken the time to look at SolidWorks and figure out what's the best hardware to run it on, and then we started developing that hardware with SolidWorks, actually, for SolidWorks. So,
well, that's a great story in and of itself, but it doesn't stop there. I think one of the things I'd like to do is understand what solutions you have for the different needs of SolidWorks customers out there. I see two very different mobile workstations here. What's the difference between this really large mobile workstation and something slim like this?
Yeah, today's world, everybody's, got some mobile aspect to how they work. And so, different users have different needs. So this is the BOXX Slim, or the SLM. And so it is thin and light, but still very powerful. It can come with quadro graphics, 2000, 3200, or 4200 quadro graphics. The 32 and the 4200 are VR ready, so you can actually use it for VR.
Okay.
But it has the latest Intel core processor. It's a 6-core, 12-thread processor, so it really runs high frequency and really, drives SolidWorks really well. But as you see, we have visualize here as well.
It was like almost instantaneous.
Exactly.
I rotate the model, I let go, and boom, I have a photorealistic image, like almost instantaneous.
And that's thanks to the NVIDIA Quadro 4200 graphics card inside of it. So that gives you a really nice balanced system. And for a road warrior, it's thin and light, and you can take it with you just about anywhere.
Yeah.
And the difference between this and the bigger machine, as you were asking about, this is an MXL, and so this laptop has a full-size desktop CPU inside of it. So if you need to literally take your desktop workstation performance with you, this is a machine that you can do that with. And so this machine is being used for some telescope work, and this is our VR version. So this one's specifically made to support VR use flows where you really need, the frame rate to make sure that your users don't get motion sickness, and to be able to have those, very high interactive VR experiences.
Okay, so these are good mobile experiences, but at the end of the day, I feel like I'm still a desktop guy. What type of products do you have that for users like me?
Yeah, so BOXX is very proud of that. We have one of the largest desk-side workstation product portfolios of any OEM. So starting with our smallest unit, this is our S1. So this is an APEXX 1, and it's very small, but even though it's small, it still packs a powerful punch. This is an 8-core system that is liquid-cooled and overclocked. We actually run all 8 cores at 4.9 gigahertz.
So wait a minute, you have liquid cooling in this little box?
That's correct, yes.
Wow, this is incredible, and this is one of the units you designed with SolidWorks.
That's correct. This is all done with SolidWorks for our mechanical engineering and our thermal analysis and CFD. Yep.
So this would fit on anybody's desk, really, anywhere they want, and it would look nice sitting on their desk as well.
Absolutely. A lot of offices are now open offices, and so you don't have a lot of room for big workstations sitting. So this actually will fit in very nice open offices, modern offices, but still give you the type of performance that the larger desk sides, generally would have to be deployed for.
So I have extra desk space, and I like that concept of what was Tim Allen, more power, right?
Right.
So
220.
What else do we have here?
Yeah, we have several. So by far our most popular workstation for SolidWorks users is our APEXX S3, and this is actually the extra version of it. This one we call the Enigma. But the S3 is an 8-core machine as well, just like the S1 that we were just looking at. But this one, because it's in a larger enclosure with a bigger thermal solution, this one we can run at 5.1 gigahertz. Wow. Also, it's a larger enclosure, so it can support more GPUs and other components. And so the Enigma is just like the regular S3, but it has extra capacity and extra features to support more GPUs. So this machine we're showing has dual NVIDIA RTX 6000 quadro graphics cards. And so the Enigma has a higher power budget, and also a PCI Express switch to support 2 GPUs at full by 16 bandwidth, and that really comes into play if you're using, again, Visualize is a big application that uses GPUs.
Yep.
And there's a whole bunch of other third-party modules that people use along with SolidWorks that you can use GPUs with as well.
I mean, I have to say, looking back, just looking in there, seeing those 2 massive graphics cards in there, that's impressive. I mean, I think anybody watching this would be really envious of this.
Yeah, and we're just on the very beginning of the RTX era, basically, where the RTX cores that are inside the new Quadros, more and more software is coming out. We were hearing announcements, almost every day now of software that's using the RTX cores, and so it's very powerful technology.
Okay, so I think this would be great for doing my my large assembly design, stuff like that, but I want to do a full-on animation using SolidWorks Visualize to render that at 30 frames a second.
Right.
Is this really what I want to be doing, to render a full 30-minute long video for a marketing presentation?
It's a great starting point, but we can take it higher than that. So
Okay.
Visualize has some really cool technology called Boost.
Okay.
And Boost allows you to be able to use a network connection to be able to send your renders over a network to another machine.
Okay.
And so that machine could be a much stronger machine like our APEXX 8. And so the APEXX 8 supports up to 8 full-size professional graphics cards. So this machine has 8 of the RTX 6000 GPUs. And so all 8 of these can be used together for your rendering. And so, yes, this is basically 4 times faster than the 2 RTXs that were in the Enigma that we were just looking at. Another really cool thing about this is on the network, so it's a shared resource. And so it can operate in interactive mode to support one user being able to see their changes in real time, or you can send jobs to it in a batch mode. So you could have a whole department of people that have workstations that could be sending their jobs to this machine and getting the rendering done really fast.
And anybody in your organization could be leveraging this based on what their particular needs are at that
Exactly.
time.
And again, we offer a very wide range of systems for different types of users and different companies. So you might want an Enigma if you were a 1 or 2 man group that wanted to render locally. But once you get to be 5 or 10 or more users, then maybe something in a rack mount that's more of a shared use is a more economical and higher performance way to go.
Okay. And I can hear this thing's really humming along right now.
It is made for, it's a rack mount device, so it is suited for, computer room or data center usage.
Yeah.
But, a lot of companies have a lot of computer room equipment and fits right in.
Sure. Well, Tim, I want to thank you so much for spending a few minutes. Where can the folks watching live at home learn more information about BOXX Technology?
Yeah, so BOXX.com, BOXX.com.
All right.
Or give us a call. Our sales force, they're very highly trained. They have sales engineering support right behind them, so they can answer questions. We take a lot of pride in our consultative sales and our understanding of the applications. So please give us a call.
All right, so there you have it. BOXX Technologies, not only designed for using SolidWorks, but also designed in SolidWorks. Stay tuned to SolidWorks Live, where we're going to be bringing you tons more live content to come.